It's Monday night, the 16th of March, and day 76 of my journey to alignment. And the power statement I said I would have for today was this: I will finish recording lesson 3 if there's time, and I'll start building it out too. So I'm able to say that I got the remainder of lesson 3 all recorded, and I'm excited about that, and I was able to get started on building it out as well. Take a look at this. Let me put that up here. Get it started. Boom.
Hello again, welcome back. Are you ready to get excited? Lesson 2, along with its worksheet, should have helped you identify the target market for your particular business. But more particularly, it should have helped you become very clear as to who your ideal customer is. I hope you spent some time talking to a few prospective customers and asked them a ton of questions about what they want and what they would prefer they get when they give you their hard-earned money to purchase a product or service like yours. Because if you did, I'm sure you came away with a much clearer idea of who your ideal customer is. That brings us to today's lesson. Research your competition. Virtually every
Anyhow, there you go. That's so exciting. I'm going to shut that off. I have 6 more segments to build out still, but I'm excited that I've gotten that far. Anyway, here's my to-do list Monday right here. You can see it's a long one, several important things there. Like I said last night, I had a lot of tasks to do today, many of which were out of the office. I had to set up a special conference call system so I could talk to folks in a group setting about our folks at the Avalon Care Center and how we're going to help serve them. I had to spend some time on getting several domain names renewed for my email marketing service that I do. And I had to prepare a letter to the folks at Avalon Care Center and give it over to them so that they could pass it around to all the residents there. And so it was quite a busy day. Anyway, besides all of those details that I got done, I still got the important task done too, and that was to get that recording and the building it out started. So I feel pretty good about today. Okay, let's go ahead and answer Croy's get honest with yourself questions. What didn't go well today, Marty? Or what could you have done better today? Did you wake up early and start strong? Cold water splashed on this morning. Oh man, did that feel so great. And making the bed and brushing my teeth and that morning routine, when the day does give me a good strong start and a stay strong and end strong, and I begin my morning with power, which it said. Did you start with power? Yes, I did. Next, were you productive throughout your day? You saw that list. Oh, let's go ahead. Man, got it done. Did you get the most important things done? I did. Did you move your goals forward? To the portal of my mind, into the world of the visible. You just saw it. Absolutely. Did you show up today as the person you wanted to be? Yes. What about your personal time with Captain? We had the whole evening together. It was fantastic. Were you present? I sure was. And so in getting honest with myself and trying to keep my commitments to myself, I answered those questions very positively because I was and I did keep my commitments. Croy then asked, what was the one thing out of all the things you did today, Marty, that you know you could improve on going forward? And I added to this by asking myself, what did you fail at today that you can turn into a tool of success going forward? Well, as everyone knows, the coronavirus is having a pretty large effect on all of our lives. I think if we're not careful, we can allow fear to creep in and ultimately overrun our thoughts. Fear, of course, is the result of fearful thoughts, like, oh my gosh, that is scary, or I can't believe that just happened. What am I going to do? I can't deal with this right now. Those kinds of thoughts that you're having, they produce fear, which is a powerful emotion for both good and bad, depending on what we focus it on. I haven't really allowed fear to rule my thoughts of late in the negative sense is what I'm talking about. And that's because I've come to believe that, therefore, I've come to believe in a tool of success that I can turn into. It's called the battle over our fears, and that's simply this: the law of fear itself. That's a law. Fear is a law. Here's what I mean. As a consequence of misunderstanding the purpose of fear, many people try, to their own detriment, to avoid or distort or sidestep this emotion, which, by the way, is an important and constructive emotion. We try to avoid the fruits that naturally come from it, and we lose out. For example, having a fear of an unseen virus is good, right? Because it drives us to be more cautious and wash our hands and take those protections. But focusing or directing our fear in such a way that we become too cautious to the point of overreaction and going overboard, then fear becomes our enemy. The key here is to thoroughly understand the fact that far from being man's enemy, fear is a great and constructive force for good if we're afraid of the right things at the right time and in the right way. Someone once said, fear is the beginning of wisdom, the father of prudence, caution, and foresight. It is a stimulant that keeps us on our feet and moving forward, end quote. Men are encouraged to obey the law of the land because of fear. A young person goes to school and works hard to prepare himself for life because he fears the result of ignorance and unemployment. In fact, we control our conduct because we fear we might gain a bad reputation. We work and save money because we fear want. We plan and think ahead because we fear the result of a misdirected or even dangerous course. So, it naturally follows that we should stimulate our fears rather than try to destroy them. Fear, understood properly, is a law of success. Isn't that great? Okay, the next question is, what was my biggest success today? I think my biggest success today was learning how to better harness my fears so that I can see it as the warning flag that can prompt me to stop, look, and listen, and to be more sound in going forward. I can even make a sharp and aggressive move so that we keep on our toes. This controlling emotion we call fear, truly is a tool of success. Think the right thoughts creates the right emotions, and if fear's the right emotion to direct us properly, that's a good thing. The next question is, what movies did you watch in your mind today, Marty? Did you make time for them? Well, in watching my Hawaiian Vision movies this morning, I was back in the saddle big time, and I really wanted to get back up to my office and finish recording lesson 3 and get that started and building it out. These repetitive movies in my mind keep me grounded and focused on what I am wanting to accomplish, my big dream, my big vision. My movie watching habit keeps me living the dream, and so pre-playing success movies is huge. It is huge. Next is, what's the one thing you did that made you feel successful today, Marty? Well, today I decided to take a few minutes and upload everything I've completed as far as my Living the Dream coaching package is concerned, and upload it onto a Google Drive. I set up a folder called Mindset is Everything Podcast and one called Lessons Video Recordings. I now have 4 podcasts in the one file and 3 lessons in the other file. Bam! Done! Croy now asks you to rate your day. I gave my day an 8. I gave that an 8 because of the tasks that I got done. I still got marred a little bit in the chaos of all the lesser important tasks. And so I think I lost some time that I could have directed towards lesson 3. The next question is, if this was the only thing you get done tomorrow, but you'd still feel like a success, what would that one thing be? Now put into a power statement. Well, my power statement for tomorrow says this: finish building out the rest of lesson 3, period. Okay, let's end up the day strong. Here's what I'm grateful for today. I'm grateful for the imagination power each of us have to create things, that imaginative power to create things. I can't imagine how life would be for me if I had to do everything by instinct and instinct alone. How boring would that be? It's hard for me to imagine what that would be like. Next, I'm grateful for my library. When I got married, I don't think I had 5 books to my name. It could have been less than that even. Today, I have hundreds of books in my library right through that door on my whole wall there, and I think I've read nearly 96% of them. Some books were given to me, but all the other books are ones that I bought for myself, and I've read every one of them. I love learning new things that make my life better and that stimulate my thinking, especially how to think about success, that success mentality. And lastly, I'm grateful for the technology of digital videography, just like what I'm doing now. Not only because of what I'm doing for my coaching, but because I get videos from my children and from their children, which are my grandchildren. There's nothing like it. They're such a hoot. I love it. Today was a day of living the dream. Living the dream. I'm glad it's done. I'm a bit tired, and so it's time for me to go to sleep. And so I will see you tomorrow evening at this same place, at this same time. And until then, I wish you continued success. Good night.